Councilmember Carr.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Mayor. Last night, we had a community meeting at the South Sacramento Christian Center, and the subject was bait bikes. And I was happy to be joined by Vice Mayor at that meeting. We had 50 to 60 people out. And there's some concern in some segments of the community that the bikes are luring people to commit crime. And we had the police department come out with the statistics on it, and I'll pass generally what the numbers say. First of all, no young people, no one over 18 has stolen a bike from as long as they've been deployed.
Under 18.
Under 18. No under 18 people have stolen a bike. If they were to, we are confident, and I'm going to work with the city attorney to make sure that a young first-time offender, regardless of whose district it is in, will be referred to a divergent program, divergence program, to make sure that they don't carry a criminal record with them. So the data also shows that the people who are stealing the bikes are mostly 40 to 50-year-olds. Most of them look like they are on some type of medication, either prescribed or self-prescribed. And it turns out that there's a misconception that these bikes are just being laid out on the street, when in actuality, they are chained and bolted, chained and locked. And in order to get a bike, you're going to have bolt cutters. Wire cutters won't do it. And that explains why the 40 and 50-year-olds are taking the bikes, because they have that type of equipment. Still, the community is concerned about the bikes being there, and we're going to have a continued discussion with them about whether or not we should take them out. But if we do decide to not have the bikes in the community at all, the community is going to have to come up with another way, because the bikes are leading to the apprehension of criminals, people who have been convicted more than once. And so we're going to need another mechanism if we're going to keep our community safe. And so that's a discussion we have to have with the community. The second, so that conversation went on about who was getting caught and whether or not we were trying to lure kids. And then the second part of the discussion shifted towards, should we be spending money doing that at all? Should we be spending money that leads to incarceration, or should we be doing other things with the money to stop the problem before it gets started? And we assured them that we were spending a lot of money doing those things, and that while it's good that we can stop a person from getting involved in crime in the long run, we still have criminal activity in the short run, and we need to do things to mitigate that. And I'm not sure either one of those arguments were well received. And then finally, the emphasis shift on community outreach. You put these bikes in our community and we didn't know anything about it. And we concluded we could have done a better job. The police department says they could have done a better job at outreaching to the community. And so the bikes are off the street in District 8 anyway, and we're going to go through the process, hopefully, of outreaching to the community, let them understand the program. Since then, I've talked to several people who are pretty well informed about what goes on in this city, and they didn't even know that the bikes were locked and chained. So I know we need to do a better job on community outreach. So that was the essence of that meeting last night. I thank Vice Mayor for attending, added a great deal to that conversation, and it will continue in District 8.
Right. All right, District 4, Councilmember Hanson.
Mr. Carr and I did talk about the bait bike program a little bit, but I thought I'd add just our perspective from District 4, which is that it's been an extremely successful program. A lot of people who get their bikes stolen are people in need or may use it as their only form of transit. And, you know, we've had bikes stolen from outside of City Hall here while we're in session. So this is not a problem just in certain parts of the city. This is a real problem, and absolutely right. These are bikes that are locked with serious U-locks, kryptonite locks that are supposed to keep everyone away, and they're cut like butter. And then the police find a warehouse somewhere with the ring of thieves where they've gathered, 200 or 300 bikes. We just uncovered one across the river a few weeks ago.